reputation as a great seducer to pave the way for his future conquests. Women who had heard of his powers became immensely curious and wanted to discover for themselves what had made him so romantically successful. We'll cover 4 ways to safeguard and grow your reputation. Never appear desperate in your self-defense against the slander of others. Do not let yourself get angry or defensive at the slanderous comments of your enemies. It reveals insecurity, not confidence in your reputation. Take the high road instead, and never appear desperate in your self-defense. Number 2. Sow doubt and spread rumors about your rival. An attack on another man's reputation is a potent weapon, particularly when you have less power than he does. He has much more to lose in such a battle, and your own thus far small reputation gives him a small target when he tries to return your fire. P.T. Barnum used such campaigns to great effect in his early career, but this tactic must be practiced with skill. You must not seem to engage in petty vengeance. If you do not break your enemy's reputation cleverly, you will inadvertently ruin your own. Even if they deny it, people will still be wondering why they are so defensive. Barnum used his tactics to ruin his competition's Peel's reputation by sowing doubts about Peel's museum stability and solvency. Doubt is a powerful weapon. Once you let it out of the bag with insidious rumors, your opponents are in a horrible dilemma. On the one hand, they can deny the rumors, even prove that you have slandered them, but a layer of suspicion will remain. Why are they defending themselves so desperately? Maybe the rumor has some truth to it. If, on the other hand, they take the high road and ignore you, the doubts, unrequited, will be even stronger. If done correctly, the sowing of rumors can so infuriate and unsettle your rivals that in defending themselves, they will make numerous mistakes. This is the perfect weapon for those who have no reputation of their own to work from. Number 3. If you go too far in attacking another's reputation, it draws more attention to your wrongfulness than to the person you are slandering. Thomas Edison, considered the inventor who harnessed electricity, believed that a workable system would have to be based on direct current. When the Serbian scientist Nikola Tesla appeared to have succeeded in creating a system based on alternating current, Edison was furious. He determined to ruin Tesla's reputation by making the public believe that the AC system was inherently unsafe and Tesla irresponsible in promoting it. To this end, he captured all kinds of household pets and electrocuted them to death with an AC current. When this wasn't enough, in 1890, he got New York State prison authorities to organize the world's first execution by electrocution using an AC current. But Edison's electrocution experiments had all been with small creatures. The charge was too weak, and the man was only half killed. In perhaps the country's crudest state-authorized execution, the procedure had to be repeated. It wasn't all practical. Although, in the long run, it is Edison saying that it has survived. At the time his campaign damaged his own reputation more than Tesla's, he backed off. The lesson is simple. Never go too far in attacks like these, for they will draw more attention to your own wrongfulness than to the person you're slandering. Number 4. Use humor or gentle mockery at your rival's expense. When your own reputation is solid, use subtler tactics such as satire and ridicule to weaken your opponent while making you out as a charming rogue. The mighty lion toys with the mouse that crosses his path. Any other reaction would mar his fearsome reputation. Once Barnum did have a reputation of his own, he used the fake hypnotism demonstration. He ridiculed his rival Peel's reputation. He was extremely successful. Once you have a solid base of respect, ridiculing your opponent puts him on the defensive and draws more attention to you, enhancing your own reputation. Outright slander and insult are too strong at this point. They are ugly and may hurt you more than help you. But gentle humor and mockery suggest that you have a strong enough sense of your own worth to enjoy a good laugh at your rival's expense. A humorous front can make you out as a harmless entertainer while poking holes in the reputation of your rival. How to improve a bad reputation? Perhaps you have already stained your reputation so that you are prevented from establishing a new one. In such cases, it is wise to associate with someone whose image counteracts your own, using their good name to whitewash and elevate yours. It is hard, for example, to erase a reputation for dishonesty by yourself, but a paragon of honesty can help. When P.T. Barnum wanted to clean up a reputation for promoting vulgar entertainment, he brought the singer Jenny Lind over from Europe. She had a stellar, high-class reputation, and the American tour, Barnum sponsored for her, greatly enhanced his own image. Similarly, the great robber barons of 19th century America were long unable to rid themselves of a reputation for cruelty and mean-spirit. Only when they began collecting art, so that the names of Morgan and Frick became permanently associated. Watch the concise 30-minute version here while I remaster all of the animations that this channel was built upon. Listen to the new audiobooks on the source material of the 48 Laws of Power and join the Illustratus library on Gumroad for more exclusive content.
My husband just wasn't lasting long enough for me to finish. It was frustrating. I loved it, but it got to a point where we were both avoiding intimacy. And then he got prescribed this SexRx plus Climax Control pill through HIMS. This pill combines Tadalafil, an ingredient to help men get hard and stay hard, with PE treatment to help them last way longer. And the best part is 100% online. No doctor's office, no pharmacy runs, just a simple intake form, and then a licensed provider recommended the right treatment for him. And now he's lasting longer, he's more confident, and we're actually excited to be intimate again. So if you're struggling with early climax, check out treatment through HIMS today. It seriously saved our sex life.
Well, Emily, what happened?
Right now there's a Sprouts Farmers Market near you in Santa Maria at South Friendly Road and Betaravia Road.
We live our lives from the outside in, which means how do we look at the world around us? We use our eyes, our ears, our taste, touch, and smell. You see somebody, you meet somebody. First thing you're going to react to is their body. Is their face, is their appearance, their body language. From their mind to physical. You start going into that, you start realizing there's a personality inside, a very interesting person. We share ideas. You start seeing an emotional life they have, an intellectual life, a spiritual life. They have vision, they have value, and so on. You really get to know somebody after a while. You meet them. So you see their face. That's just to distinguish who that is. But how do you look at people in their face anymore? You know this person well. You're really speaking to the whole person. The first time, as I said, you start from the outside and try with them. Good friends, at the end of the day, how do you see the person? Because that's the only way you can identify them. How do you know it's this person, not another? But at the end of the day, I remember, I mean, to put it in more morbid terms, I guess, I remember the day my father passed away, Sunday, 12 years ago, coming up to the 12th year site. And I remember, seeing him a moment before he was alive, and then a moment after. And it was like, besides the shock of the whole death and all that, but it was like, I was thinking to myself, he's the same person holding his hand, same hand, the same face, the person I knew for my whole life. And here, he's physically no longer alive. Body is there, everything that I know. And you start saying, which is the part that you love, which is the part that you're connected with. The answer is really both. But if you really think about it, you're connected to that, not the body. You're connected to the person that you know, to the intelligence, to the relationships, to the experiences. However, the way it works is that's in the shell called the body. And of course, you want both. That's a perfect example. Our bodies are sacred beings. Our body is not just some type of box with the scar. That's why it's so sacred. When a person, God forbid, passes away after 20 years, you treat them as sacred. You don't just say, oh, the soul is sacred, and they throw the body out. No. The body is also sacred, but it's seen.
Work. Well, cut your workload by 80%. Focusing on 20% of your daily tasks and activities. It doesn't necessarily have to be 20% of what you want to get done for that day. Use the 80-20 Pareto principle to make
20% of the population. Allegedly, the brand was inspired by his tea plants in his garden. As he walked through his garden, he noticed that 20% of the plants in the garden grew 80% of the healthiest pods. So while the 80-20 rule can be applied to productivity in your efforts at work, you might see it at work in other areas in your life, including marriage and relationships, marketing and business, especially sales, and health and nutrition. For example, 80% of a business's revenue may come from only 20% of their customers, and conversely, 20% of the employees on a team might bring in 80% of the company's productivity. Recognizing that 20% that influences 80% of your company or relationships outcomes may encourage you to study the behavior or turn your focus into a certain way. Tim Ferriss is a huge promoter of this effect and used it to streamline one of his early businesses. It's actually one of the contributing factors that led him to write the book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Focusing in on the most productive tasks or goals will help you reduce your workload and find success without as many tasks on your to-do list. This principle can be applied to your goals and increase your overall productivity. So let's take a look at your short-term and long-term goals and think about the intention behind these goals. How do your goals influence other goals that you might have? Like the domino effect. Which of these goals are most important in helping you find success? Say you have 5 goals for the year. Focus in on one goal that will have the most impact on helping you find success in the other areas of your life. And make this goal the highest priority for your week, your month, and even the entire year. Consolidate your tasks to focus in on what will help you achieve this one goal. If that one most important goal is reading, or maybe taking online courses, or finding a mentor, you need to double down on that one first. In addition to consolidating your goals, you can use a greater principle to focus in on 20% of the tasks that will have the most impact on your productivity or education. What's the best way to pick the 20% of tasks that will have the most effect on us? Well, you can usually use past experience. If you've worked with a similar goal before, think about a handful of tasks that have made the most impact on your success. For me, one of the best habits is either reading, taking online courses, or finding mentors. Now, evaluate the tasks that you have to yourself in order to achieve these goals. Which of these tasks resemble the ones that have made you the most productive? If you can consolidate your goals or put the most important tasks first, you'll find yourself reaping more benefits from your daily, weekly, or monthly to-do list. For example, I realized I earn way more per hour and I write one script than if I spend the time editing a voiceover, which takes up usually for me the same amount of time. So to double down on using the 80-20 rule, I stopped editing my own narrations, outsourced them to someone else, and spent more of my own time perfecting the scripts that I write and using these types of videos. So let's look at an example. At the beginning of the school year, maybe you have 5 goals. You want to get good grades in school, you want to get an internship, you want to lose weight and stay healthy, you want to party less, and you want to enjoy the college experience. Well, first of all, these are not really good goals, but that's a video for another topic. That's a lot of goals that you have throughout the year. You have the option of working on all of these goals at the same time, which might clog up your to-do list with tasks for each goal. But if you focus on one goal using the 80-20 principle, you might realize that your goal to earn high marks in school can have a big influence on the rest of your goals. The commitment to getting good grades can help you also get an internship and help you enjoy college. It might help you stress less. Staying in and staying active during study breaks can help you achieve your other 2 goals. So let's not forget how easy these goals would be to achieve if we also apply the SMART acronym to them, which you can learn about in another one of my videos. The 80-20 principle can be applied to daily tasks.
President Trump now says Saudi Arabia is clearly implementing this normalizing ties to Israel for Thursday, July 23rd, involving useless and hearings. I want tonight change the price of spike oil. It cracked $100 a barrel again today, which could mean higher gas rates at the pump.
There's a lot of uncertainty about how much oil is going to come out of the Gulf.
And the Trump administration has eliminated or first just government advice. Like the
What are the days of 2026 right before that? Series of country trending.
Now, 5 from Sunset Florence of oil activity dealing with a warehouse fire. Bad air, a foul stench. Goodbye. Everything's perfect. Hey, Bertie Besties, yet another toothpaste that does not like it. You need to try Craig 55 Deep State Root. Basic toothpaste comes at the top. Ours goes deeper to dissolve bonds that hold stains of teeth and put them away. Provide your teeth in one day. Crest.
Howard Nation on the road.
Adventure Ride 4. Oh, and we're watching Randall Spear in the Dana Adventech 44 crawl its way down Firecracker. And this is why you need skid plates and top axle housing. There we go. Easy on the brake. You can hear Randall talk. Easy on the brakes. Because in time, this is a very controlled slide downhill. We heard the sigh of relief from Randall and he makes it down Firecracker. Oh yeah. As we wrap up our time here in the Motor Cold Country on the Hatfield McCoy Trail System, Scott and Lynn and the Ansel JL spoke their attack on Firecracker. I can't see it. Going down Firecracker is all about finesse. But then again, gravity and your rock sliders, well, they're going to get you down too. All right. It's a bounce off that rock, right? Guys. And Scott and Lynn are down. Everybody made it, and it's time to call it a day and head back to the trailhead. Well, that about wraps this year's XOR Adventure Ride 4, Wheeling to West Virginia. We had a ton of fun, and I just want to say thank you to all the great folks out here at the Fair Wallow Hatfield McCoy Trails, and of course our sponsors and our good friends. We couldn't have done it without you guys. After all, that's what Wheeling's all about. Great people, great times, creating great memories. Well, I'm Austin Lamar, and about wraps this show. We'll see you next time. Where are we going next time? Hawaii, it's colder. Alaska.
Masters of Morning Rush. Everybody check-ins. But it isn't friends. It's your Toyota built just for you. For everybody who makes you forget what happened, we got you.
If you're ready for that next step in time action, you don't bring your extended behind you. Want to see what they can trust is you? Go hard. Go get up what you can do full service.
Leaves you feeling confused and hurt until you eventually get used to it.
To cash management solutions that protect your accounts and optimize cash flow. And business loans customized for exact needs whenever you're ready to go. So you can help them. Imagine the possibilities with Montecito Bank and Trust. Extending their free runner's cage.
and building a skid plate to protect their fuel cell. Finally, they're getting their radiator mounted in just the right spot to keep their V8 Coyote running cool. It's all right here on XOR.
Hey guys, welcome to XOR. Well, the sun is shining, we're out on the road pulling the big trailer, and it's going to be a great day, because today, we're driving.
That's right, we're picking up the 2001 Toyota Tacoma that we've already got solid turns for and highways.
Where is this thing? It's got to be around here somewhere.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's so pretty.
That's perfect.
Now this 2001 Toyota Tacoma is everything I wanted as a 16-year-old new licensed driver. Crew Cab P6 TRD Off-Road Edition.
And we are going to cut this thing up. All of the independent suspension is going to go. And like Eliza said, we've got solid plans for this. Because underneath here is going to be a solid X.
And I know means that tire size is going several sizes up, and we're going to make this our cruise utility room. And this is our good friend Rudy that we bought the truck off. He has made this the best private pickup ever because he brought us Molly.
And I suppose we got to come up with a name for the truck too.
Molly.
Oh, we're Eliza. You know what? Never mind. I got to stop.
Hi, when I talked about renting this thing out earlier, on the way over, Jerry and I decided that we want this toy sitting on board.
That's right. Because we want this thing to be way bigger and way better. Because, well, we're going to take this toy through some pretty serious stuff.
And speaking of toys, we've got one of 35 that we can finish up.
So we're on the pre-runner.
With the front end pretty much buttoned up, it is time to start to make our way towards the back.
That's right. Just like in the front, we're going to have a whole lot going on here in the rear. So we're going to have to come up with enough tubing to mount our cooling system, our fuel system, and our spare tire.
That's a whole lot of tubing in the rear.
The first step is to make sure that our chassis is perfectly level. We're going to come straight up off of the chassis or level off the chassis and mark a hole so we drill into the inside of our motor. Using a 2-inch hole saw, we carry ourselves to this position. Using the masking tape as a guide, I'm going to mark a vertical line so I can cut. I need to get a little bit deeper into the cap to make sure that I can weld completely around the roll. See that? Great. Back down on the chassis, I'm going to clean it up to prep and install the first tube. To make sure everything stays plumb, I'm using a magnetic level. If this angle shows why I cut the roof just a little bit. The next step is to gain access to the lower bar of the roll cage. And getting rid of what's left of the sheet metal will let the bar right into place. Using our magnetic level again, the length of our first target point. And after a quick trip to the notcher, this car can be tacked into place. Further down the chassis is more prep for the next piece of the motor. The rear bar comes down at a 45-degree angle like this because we have future plans for the spare tire too. And after that, we're going to add a couple pieces of cross bracing to tie this all together. And to stick with our 45-degree theme, we got 2 more braces to tie us into the chassis.
all the tubing we're using in the back is the same as the front. Inch and 3/4, 120 wall, go in. Well, there you go. Now that we have this side done, I can go ahead and duplicate it on the other side. But for now, I know exactly where the cooling's going to go, where our spare tire's going to go, and where our shock mounts going to go. So the next step is to work on building the shock.
We're protecting our fuel cell with a skid plate. And later, we're getting our radiator mounted up high.
Rise business, people woke up, was technologically represented from, was guided by the Everton, lots of fire. Same time. Rise business, people woke up, was technologically represented from, was guided by the Everton every stadium, and security. Same time.
But with my base plan from Verizon Business, you choose exactly what you want, and only for what you need. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Now get our best price as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years on America's most reliable 5G network. The biggest advantage of taking your car to a dealership, you got factory training, technician work on your car. So you're very good at getting us to training. The part is the reliability and overall just having the customer be happy with their vehicle.
Now it's your Toyota dealer. Get $100 off when you buy 4 eligible tires. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Not all technology is designed the same. Toyota Electric is built to work for you. Not many years of proven engineering is designed to feel intuitive from the start. From the PC to the PC equivalent to the all-new CHR. Each one is built with the capability to keep you moving forward. It's not just electric, it's Toyota Electric. Make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. Hey guys, welcome back to XOR. Now you know we're going to be running fiberglass oxide in the back of our free run. And since our fuel system is going to be back there, these are going to offer zero protection. So we're going to have to do a couple of things. First, we're going to have to add a bar and tie the 2 pieces of frame together before we cut the stock spare tire mount out of the way. Secondly, we're going to have to build the mount to actually put the fuel cell in place. And third, we're going to build a skid plate to tie the whole thing together and protect our fuel system. And well, that all starts with... This bar will not only tie the 2 frame mounts together, it will serve as a base for the fuel cell mounts. It's time to let the sparks fly. We're using our Lincoln Electric Tomahawk 1000 plasma cutter to remove the stock spare tire mount. Now you can use anything to get the job done. A cutoff wheel, you can use a regular torch, sawzall, but this sure makes short work of it. Just right up top, a little frame cleaning gets us started. This piece will serve as a frame stiffener and will be a second mount for our fuel cell there. And just because we want everything to fit just right, our level comes when we get a flip. Along with a quick double check of our measurements. And now we can start on the bottom part of the fuel cell cable. These lower cage bars are meant to accommodate the depth of our fuel cell, which measures in at 10 inches.
to support the aluminum skid plate that will help protect the fuel cell. Notice how I have shaped the front of the skid plate to match the curve of the bottom of the tube as well. Just barely under. That's it, that's there. To secure the aluminum to our bar, we're using some self-tapping funnel head screws. I love using locking pliers to help hold stuff into place self-secure. Using our 2-speed drill for Metco, I'm using the high speed to help the self-tapping screw cut, the low speed to try to hold. Hopefully it's fixed. And it's protected too.
When we come back, we'll show you the best way to mount a radiator to the cage. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, we're here at the intersection of sophisticated solutions and local partnerships.
Northern Met knows our business and the region so well, and has the tools to really help.
It's the perfect fit for us. And we're here, and here. Whenever you need it. When you need the financial tools of a national bank and the local knowledge of a community bank, your choice is easy. Come to American Riviera, where your bank is about you. Wherever you are.
The biggest advantage of taking your car to the dealership, you got factory trained technicians working on your car. So you're very good at getting us the training that we need. We know your car the best. Only to use training the parts line.
I think we set apart because the reliability and overall just having the customer be happy with their vehicle.
Now that you're promoted to work, get $1 off when you buy 4 eligible tires. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. This could be the sign of something amazing. Or maybe not.
I've always been looking at my person. How long was it?
I want to get to the juicy stuff.
This is a truth session.
Keep every moving from over.
I don't know how this works long term.
Like 1 second away from driving it. But like, everything's perfect. Ready for it.
It's down to you, match. That will be how you request.
That's crazy.
Or works like the three just me.
Anything possible. I don't know how this is going to play out.
A couple of little do the work. And that's successful. You're disrespectful every single conversation. Have you ever considered calling it?
Love freaks me out, but I want to find a person for life.
And to build up a life for your Ranger. Now that the rear cage is all done, we can go ahead and mount the radiator. And that all starts with some aluminum brackets. Now I've chosen to use the TIG weld because it's the most efficient way and will give me the cleanest results. Going in our free runner is a Griffin radiator that we got from SummitRacing.com, and it will have plenty of cooling for our Coyote. Once again, using a pair of blocking pliers to hold the radiator in place, I'm marking the holes to drill the roll cage tunnel. using a step drill, I'm just going to make my way through the aluminum, put a mark on the roll cage. And I'll repeat this process for all 4 months. In the same way we use multiple size drill bits to get to the final size we need, we're just going to use step bits to get to that final size. Doing it with a step drill bit just makes it a whole lot quicker. So like our radiator, we're not just going to run a hole through these holes. We're actually going to sleeve them to retain the strength of our roll cage. And the final hole size exactly matches the outside diameter of our tubing, which is 7/8. For the sleeves, we're using heavy wall 7/8 OD tube. After beveling the edge of the sleeve just a little bit, we'll get ready to tack these in place. And just like the mounts on the radiator, I'm going to TIG weld these into place so I can keep the welds nice and strong. Now I'm just tacking these into place, but you don't have to use a TIG welder. You can use your MIG welder, but just be prepared to grind your welds out a little bit to get that perfect fit. I use 4143 TIG rod for a aluminum radiator, and for the roll cage sleeves, I'm using Yard 70S-6.
Stick around.
XOR, and the install of our radiator on the roll cage are pre-run. This will keep our 400 plus horse Coyote illuminator cool while running through the day. We're just locking this in place for now, but when it comes to final install, we will be using grade hardware from Industrial Depot with nylon lock nuts, because this thing is going to see a lot of abuse. Notice that the inlet and outlet are facing down and towards the engine. That means we're imploding in aluminum string to our title. And after this, we'll test fit the vent shroud. Our radiator and vent shroud came as a kit, but since we mounted our radiator on the roll cage, we're going to have to modify our vent shroud to sit down on the radiator. It turns out that the height of our roll cage tube and the height of our fan shroud are almost identical. So all we have to do is remove it. When cutting aluminum, you can use just about any cutoff wheel. This one is just a little thinner, about 6 feet on in. That small and cutting surface is going to slice right through. We'll turn it right now. We're about to aerosol the score. Now Mark can hand me the shifter and we can test it these liquids. Anything that helped me clean her up. This middle one is lined up almost perfectly. So you just gotta shut the other ones? Yeah. Alright, because I got T-Rex arms, we put the shifters pretty far back on the floorboard, and actually hit the bench seats, so all we gotta do is bend the shifters a little bit forward, so we'll mess it up. It should work pretty good. Oh, that's hot right there. Oh, man. There's a good feeling. Oh, that's awesome. Well, test case setup complete, the shifters installed. The can should look really nice. Dry train's done. All we gotta do is the dry cap, so next step is get this project buttoned up. Next, we finish the exhaust and get ready for the mount. Let's see, we got for test fit. Oh, that's close. Like a 15-degree. We're jumping on our exhaust system on our Suburban, just like that. Perfect. Here, we're going to use a Flowmaster 3-inch universal kit. We decided to run it as a true dual setup to keep it nice and simple. We decided to cross the passenger side over to the driver's side to avoid the transfer case and front drive shaft. We cut the other side to that way. Oh, that's funny. We want to tug it up as high as possible so it's not the first point of contact with any obstacle. This is a little chaotic because we're using a universal kit and just figuring it out as we go. We'll put some chill into this. But what really matters, I like that is the end result. Speaking of end result, Mark wanted tailpipes. But while he's welding hangers, I'm putting together an idea model. I got the front hanger. Oh, in there. You need only hanger. I got all of the exhaust figured out. Alright. These bad boys right here. I mean, I like it. Believe it or not. That shit looks really cool. Man, that's gonna be loud, right? Hey, we're here to party, folks. If you really want to party, you point at each other. Or up. I like it. Let's do it. And just like that, our exhaust is all tucked in. Well, we're going to switch gears again and start working on our recovery gear. You may remember our spare tire carrier, and we made it a while back. It's only tacked together for now because we knew we were going to be coming back here and adding some stuff to it. That's why we left it long. We got a bunch of stuff from Holly from their Anvil line. One of the things is this 5-gallon jerry can here. We're actually going to mount this right here. I made this bracket out of 11 gauge. Should have welded it to the spare tire carrier right there. That'll be plenty strong enough. And then we still haven't made a latch for our spare tire carrier there, but we've got this one right here. Just need to get that installed and move on to the rest. I made this mounting plate from 11 gauge steel. And now we can move on to our latch. It's our bumper and carrier made of 120 wall, big enough to drill inside for some 5-thread bolts. Oh, that's nice. Well, I mentioned recovery gear a little while ago from Anvil, and this is the stuff I was talking about. Just the basics to get you going. A couple of blocks, a couple of snatch traps, some clevises or D-links, and a weighted damper for our winch cable. And we scrounged up this weatherproof box here that was laying around the shop. We put all that stuff in there along with some other things we might need, like some hand tools and things like that. And then we're just going to strap this thing back here to the third row seat put it on. We'll be done back here. Now all that gear that Mark just mentioned is pretty cool, but here's the icing on the cake. The winch. This is a 17,000-pound ambulance that we used to build the bumper, but I just looked back on their website, and they came out with a synthetic version. This thing is lighter, stronger, and safer, so of course we're going to use this one. Well, that was a nice winch row you did there. After installing the aluminum fairlead, we'll pull that synthetic rope through and attach our hose. Now time for the control box. Oh my God. We just need to run some wires, and this winch is ready for wheeling. Dude, I love how this thing turned out with the lights and the winch and the bumper all painted up. It just completes the look. Yeah, it's got that ultimate park ranger rescue gun. Yeah, it's like Walker Texas Ranger's daddy. So we wanted to fire this thing up for you guys today. Unfortunately, we ran out of time with all the wiring, but we did get a lot done. It was a huge show. Yeah, we got the triple stick shaker installed, and probably my favorite is the double underneath the truck. Yeah, now allowed us to get our drop shafts on order, so those are coming. And we got a lot of other stuff done, like all the recovery gear in the back, our onboard air, just first got the interior, and tackled a bunch of stuff under the hood, cooling, belt drive, brakes, steering, even exhaust. Yeah, next time you see this, you're not only going to hear it run, but we're taking it back to ALP to show you guys what this monster can really do. Unbreakables, hitting the mountain. If you can't get enough of our Suburban, go to PowerNationTV.com and check out Unbreakables Project page. We have current build status, before and after pics, links to parts used, and all the episodes are right there on one page.
helping us start together. Like, okay, zip guys built America, buddy. Well, we got all that old crusty wood cut out. Now we can take a step back and just kind of analyze the situation. And overall, this bed's not in too bad shape other than some corrosion on the front part here. We can already take a liberty of building a pack panel with some 16-inch sheet metal. We'll cut this out, weld this one in, and then we're ready to start prepping it for some paint. I usually like to cut just below the mark template line just to give myself that perfect gap between the patch and the pan. Also, if you can, cut about an inch above the corrosion to prevent any issues in the future. Just gonna tack our sheet metal into place here, go back over it, shape it with our hammer and nail. Alright, we got the patch panel tacked into place, ready for final welding. Now before you guys go to do this, it's good to keep the air blower by your side to help control the heat so that you don't cause any work. Alright, looks like our patch is blended in real nice. Next thing to do is get this whole thing over next door to the prep booth so we start setting it up for some paint. As we mentioned before, Clint wants his truck to look as close to original as possible. However, there are some things that we just have to compromise on. Now, we've already had to do a little bit of rough repair here in the front. We don't want to have to do that again. So I think the best course of action is to strip all this down to bare metal, seal it with some epoxy primer and flat hot rod black. I think that is going to prevent the future corrosion and really make our new bed look really hot. Let's get started.
Wearing a respirator while I'm shearing down all this old metal on the cage. I can keep all those old nasty empty particulates out of my lungs, which I am a fan of because I'm breathing without the aid of a respirator.
All those layers of paint shining back through on that lid. Almost looks like a cocktail painting.
This glass black is pretty forgiving. Doesn't have to be as smooth as ours chicken lines, but it does need to be even. We're going to make sure to buff out any imperfections that you might see upon closer inspection.
Well, pretty much got everything ready to rock and roll. Got a few more spots to touch up, but the next thing to do is you're going to get this over to the other paint booth, mask it off, and start prepping it for some practice. Up next, it's prime time to get our truck ready for bed. One of your boards on with one sheet. Grab out. Bounce is making stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of bounty keeps working in a good way. You'll take down through all that. Bounce, the quicker bigger up. America's #1 trusted paper towel.
This video started something very big. Or maybe not.
I've always been looking for that person. I have a lot of love to give.
I want to get to the juicy stuff.
It's the truth session.
Keep your moving from program.
I don't know how this works long term.
Wait 1 second, we're starting it. Good way. Everything's perfect. Ready for a win.
Get down to you.
That's crazy.
Or something big this one.
Anything
find that person for life.
If you're ready for that next step, time action, you know where you're standing right here. Want to see if they can trust us, you'll go for it. Go get up, let's go. Can't do full service local business statement. Secure digital banking to cash management solutions that protect your accounts and optimize cash flow. Let business loans customize your exact needs whenever you're ready to go. So you can help them. Imagine the possibilities with Montecito Bank and Trust.
Okay, we got our truck bed all masked off, cleaned up with plastic grease scooper and a tack block, so we're ready for some fry. Get this stuff laid down, we're ready for hot rod flat. Now, I know I'm not exactly painting the Sistine Chapel here. A steady hand, smooth motion, get it nice even spread, to lay down your primer or your paint. Stick to the basics, like making sure your gun is clean, handle all the drips accordingly, especially these tight nuts and crannies around the tailgate. As that big state of the city, we have made a dramatic improvement on Clint's old truck bed back here. Falls down all the uglies, it's pressure repaired. I think this hot rock black is going to give it a nice deep finish. Now some of you may be wondering why we went through all that trouble to remove Mother Nature's enemy. Well, there is a reason for it. We are replacing this bed for in its entirety, including the hardware, bracing, and wood itself. And all that fancy new stuff inside an empty old truck bed just wouldn't look right. So, to dress this up, we're adding this bedwood kit that we snagged inside the brace. It has all the holes pre-drilled along with slotted channels. We also opted for the higher set finish, and since this is Clint Black truck, we went with black walnut for the logo. But before you guys just go stuffing this into your truck bed, there are a couple measurements you need to make. First things first, you want to make sure that your bed is square. 90 and 1/2. Ideally, both the corners within 1/16 of an inch. That should do it. We also need to find our center point so we can easily space out our wood and strips. So 20.5 is our center. Sometimes when you put these boards in, you got to fill this lip up just a little bit. The best way to do that, just 4 inch, just kind of gently pull up on it. Ever so slightly. Alright, we got our bedwood replacement kit kind of roughed in, and it's starting to look really sharp. Next step is go ahead and pull in our center supports and adjust our gap. We're cleaned up and sandblasted our old center supports. So if you're in good shape, try and reuse it if you can, otherwise you have to build some new ones.